Good morning, this is Patriot Picker and my name is Chris. It is January 19th, 2020 and we are down in the eBay bunker, and as I stand here and speak to you guys, I have a outside window of my home that I'm looking out and I can see we have a visitor out there. We live out in a rural area and I can see the deer are walking right by the window and saying hi to us. So that's always really cool to be able to live out in an area like that. So what we want to do today, guys, we want to just be able to share with you some exciting items that we've picked up recently in our local Goodwill thrift stores. We will be listing these later on this afternoon. So go to our eBay store, which is Fred and Charlie, all one word, and do some shopping and help support what we're doing here part-time as resellers with a goal, long-term goal of becoming full-time one day. So we're going to jump right into some of these items and show you what we picked up, hoping that these do really good for us. So we'll jump right in. So the first item we have up, we found is a brand new, never been out of the box before. This is an educational boxed activity for kindergarten. I do believe this is 3 sets, as it says here, 3 sets in one. This is dealing with math, with animal families, and matching words. And so this would be a really good thing for kindergarten teacher to use in the classroom, or even homeschool families at home with your young kids. And so we're looking forward to seeing how well this does. It's brand new. It still has the little tag on it and all. And so excited to see how this does. Well, next up, we have a puzzle we had found. A really cool puzzle. This was called Birds of the Backyard. So what you have here is a variety of different species of birds all the way around the outer edge. Really cool puzzle, 1,000 pieces. Used open box, but all the pieces are there and ready to go for you. So this is a really exciting little puzzle we hope somebody picks up they like. So next up we have a small Monopoly deal card game. The internal packaging is still all brand new, never been unsealed from the plastic wrapper. The box itself has a little bit of damage on the sides. It looks like maybe this was someone's Christmas gift and they didn't like it. So this ended up in a Goodwill and we picked this up, selling our eBay store. So we're going to be putting that up a little later. All right, this is one of those items sometimes we talk about on our channel, how you sometimes are a little challenged to make a decision on whether to buy something or whether or not, on whether it's going to do good for you. We picked this item up. It doesn't look like much in the wrapper here. Up close to the camera right here, you probably can't tell much about it except that it is an oval serving tray. You flip it over on the back and it's Bamber, I think it's... Yeah, Bamber is the name of the company. This is actually solid bamboo, guys, and we looked them up on eBay and they're selling. So we went ahead and picked this up. We hope this does good for us. Little serving tray, real solid, real heavy duty, really pretty color. Got that walnut finish to it. So hoping that does good for us as well. Okay, moving right along, we have some cheese crocks that we found. These are actually coming out of Wisconsin, because when you flip around to the back side, you can actually see the original seal for the Wisconsin cheese that was in the crock at the time. These are probably, I don't know, you probably tell by looking at me in the video that these probably sit about 5 inches high, and they've got a good round base and very clean. And then on the front, they've got the United States seal, U.S. seal. So I thought that was pretty cool. We're going to be listing these pretty soon. It's got that really nice locking mechanism on top to keep things sealed with the rubber seal around it here. So you can put some stuff in here and keep it probably for months on end. But also a really good little decoration item as well. So we picked up 2 of these and we'll be listing these separate. But we'll be listing these a little later as well. Okay, so always a good niche for us are board games. And again, we found another exciting little board game here with all the pieces and everything included. It's called Morphology. It's a really cool little game about using different kinds of little items, and you got to kind of improvise, adapt, and change these items and make them into words. So it's a really cool little game. Also brand new in the box. The seal, this is open box, but everything inside was brand new. So we're hoping this does good for us. All right, so in your local community, you want to always be looking for anything that is something that you can sell to folks that reminds them of the community you live in. And as I have said in some of my previous videos, I am located in Lynchburg, Virginia, and we are very close to Liberty University, which is just growing by leaps and bounds every day. You drive by that place and you notice they're building a new building. So it's growing like crazy, and Lynchburg is becoming, kind of known for Liberty University. So whenever I go into our local area, I always try to look for things that would be coming out of Liberty. And so we found this little Sparky mascot, and this is the eagle, and it is a little item with a bobblehead. You can see his head spinning around there. And so this is something that came out of, actually was designed for one of our local banks. The bank name is on the front. Flip it over on the back, you see the jersey number and the name of the little guy, Sparky, and then Liberty U. And so we're going to be putting this up in the store pretty soon, and hope that this does really good for us, maybe with alumni or even with with previous or present students as we speak. So we'll see how he does. Sorry to go off the camera like that. I'm trying to take items and set them down as I pick them up here. Only so much room. All right, now a lot of folks have seen these on TV. This is one of those on TV, as seen on TV, infomercial type items. And you probably wouldn't think that stuff like this would sell too well on eBay, but it does. This is one of those 50-foot pocket hoses that's kind of expandable. It's brand new, and it's never been opened out of the box. It's still got the seals around the edges. And we looked this up as we found it in our local thrift store, and sure enough, it was selling on eBay. So we grabbed it up, and we'll be listing this pretty soon. All right, moving right along again to some more board games. I like the real small pocket type board games myself. This one is called Most Likely To. A real cool game where you kind of choose a card, and then you get to be the judge of who decides, who fits that description on that card. And then the winner is the person with the least amount of cards. So you definitely want to play this game with somebody that you don't know too well. Brand new again in the box. The box is in really good condition, and you open it up and there's, everything's sealed. And looking forward to putting this up and seeing how this does for us. And staying in the category of board games, here is a brand new, still wrapped in the seal here, game of Yahtzee. It's hard to believe that you find stuff like this in some of these stores, but you do. And it's on any given day that you can find really good things. And so we'll be listing a new Yahtzee game here pretty soon. Next on our list are some really cool mugs. And we've got a Mr. and a Mrs. version. And the really cool thing about these mugs is inside they have hearts. You can see that on the camera down there inside. And then on the edges, right there you can see there's a Bible verse that talks about, let's see if I can read this. I found the one my heart loves is the name of the verse, or what the verse says, coming out of, I think, the Song of Solomon. So anyway, really cool mug set for husband and wife, or fiance, whatever. And even the grandparents might even like these. So anyway, we're going to be listing these. I like that color on the inside versus the outside too. So, okay. Next up on the list here is going to be a retractable lock. This is the kind that mainly you use for securing real high merchandise, high dollar merchandise items like laptops and such. You see these in retail stores sometimes where the item's locked to the counter, and it has the retractable cable that goes with it. And then on the back, you can see inside, you've got your keys that opens it up. So brand new, never been opened. Again, selling on eBay. So we're gonna try it out, see how it does. All right, I'm gonna jump into an item here that was kind of questionable for me as I was deciding upon whether or not to get it or not. So we have here a Deluxe icy slushy machine. Back in the day, I remember when I was a kid, this was a popular thing to pull into one of those drive-in type stores, and you could drive in and they would come out, walk out of a sliding glass door and take your order for an icy and then hand out to you through the window. It was really cool back in the day. They don't do that much anymore. But anyway, you can make your own with this. It is an older item. It's brand new. The contraption and everything that's inside the box, as far as making the icy, is brand new. I don't think this was ever used. But what we discovered when we opened the box up is it comes with the slushy product that you put into the ice to give it the flavor. And when we opened this up, we noticed that it had an expiration date of 2013. And so all the items that were the flavors had dried up, and it's no good. We just need to throw those out. So we won't be including the flavors. We will be putting in the description that you can still find these. There'll be a picture included of what you're to look for. A lot of them are now liquid. This was more of a powdered type crunchy stuff that you would put in there and then mix up with the ice. But today they're selling them, I think, in more of a liquid form. And so you can find those online just about anywhere. But we're going to go ahead and give the icy machine a try and see how it does for us. All right, trying to stay on the camera here for you. Another item we picked up here is a brand new vintage little Playmate Cooler lunch pail. If you remember, these are pretty popular back in the early 90s and throughout the 90s and early 2000s. This was pretty popular to carry to work, and we picked this up. It had a little dirt on it. We cleaned it up real nice. It looked like that it had never been used on the inside, and so we looked up on eBay, and sure enough, folks are buying these, and so we're going to be listing that pretty soon. All right. Now, my wife went with me on the last trip to sourcing, and my wife has a really good eye, and we picked this little expandable trivet set, or well, it's just called Expandable Trivet. There's one in the box, and what it does is it opens and closes to fit different size items, bowls and stuff that you can set in, and it's from Italy. And so we looked these up. They were doing really good on eBay. This is a open box. The trivet itself is just by itself in the box. It's not sealed up or anything, but you can tell that it's in really, really good condition. So we're going to give this a shot and see how that does. I had a couple more items here, and if you'll bear with me just a second, we have these tortilla bowl bakers. And this particular one says set of 2. And when we picked the box up and looked inside, it actually had 4 in there. So we're going to list this and put on the description that you're actually getting 4 of them instead of 2. So brand new. I looked at them inside. They're in the package and, very clean. Doesn't look like they've had any food on them or anything. So we're going to be trying to see how this does for us. All right, so we have a circus train. Looks like something that was handmade or designed. It's all wood. This particular item has 4 cars with some circus animals and different decorations, and then the rails that go in and lock the animals inside the train. This is handcrafted out of, I do believe it was coming out of New York at the time. I'm not sure, but it sort of looks like it could be vintage. It says Santa's World, 4 cars and 12 play pieces. So we're going to put that up, and hopefully some youngster will be interested in having this, and mom and dad can get you this for a birthday present or upcoming special event. So we're going to see how that does. And then last but not least, one of my favorite items, and I think I had actually talked a little bit about this on my Instagram page, but we found an item that was, every now and then you're in a Goodwill and you find something, you have no idea what it is. You pick it up and you're just like, what in the world is this? So what we're going to do is we're going to show you on camera what we got here is a cut out little image of a man running, and then we got these sticks with strings, and there was an entire set of like 8 of these, and they're different colors, and I had no idea what they were, and my wife's looking at them with me, and we're trying to figure it out, and we're trying to look it up online to see what they are, and we can't find any information. And finally I said, well, wait a minute, what if there's a piece of paper down on the very bottom that might tell? We didn't want to get all of them and unpack them all to just get to that piece of paper, but sometimes you have to do that. And so I looked, and sure enough, there was a piece of paper in there. And what these are actually called is exactly what it looks like. These are called the Running Man. And what it is a physical education toy that's used in school systems. And 2 people get on each side, one holding each handle, and you pull back and forth, and the man slides back and forth and kind of runs. And whoever can get him to run to one side or the other is kind of the winner. But it's mainly for hand-eye coordination and physical fitness, basically. So we looked these up, and sure enough, the company that sells them is putting them out for a really good price. And so we're going to be able to list them on eBay and see what kind of profit we can make off of these, and hopefully get them into the hands of a school system, either local or somewhere else. It'll be great. That's a little bit of our items that we picked up. We're always outsourcing. We're always looking for other products to flip. And just want to give a shout out and encouragement to everybody out there who is subscribing to my channel and who is supporting me. And if you are someone who's looking to get involved in reselling on eBay or Poshmark or Mercari or even Facebook Marketplace, and you just, not sure how this all operates, it's folks like me and others that you can find that can, give you the pointers and the lessons to be able to get you directed in the right, get you pointed in the right direction so that you can learn, just like all of us did, and just like I'm continuing to do on a daily basis. We're excited about, how this is all a process of patience. This is not something that happens overnight. A lot of people are telling me that I've got to find a niche and just sell one item, but I continue to struggle with that. And I keep thinking, I'm going to stick to what I'm doing and sell a little bit of everything. I enjoy the adventure of finding different items and not just looking at the same stuff all the time. So once again, thank you to everyone. God bless each one of you, and God bless America. Thank you for spending some time with us today. This is Patriot Picker, and we'll catch you again on the flip side. Thanks.